everyone. How's it going? Loving it.
Hello.
How you both doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Good. I look like I'm in a prison cell.
Yeah, it looks very like kind of psych wardish because of the like kind of the walls.
Yeah, I've actually been locked up.
Oh, is it?
It's that bad.
I'll get a picture in the background.
Yeah, it's kind of like anything would be, even like a little picture, like you say, or even like a plant or something, just makes it stand out a bit.
It's the same room as I was in. Actually, I've just moved my desk.
I was going to say, you must have moved. I don't remember the door. Or was it like to your left?
I just moved my desk around so I get some. Because I face the window now.
Oh,
yeah. It's
a natural light.
New room, so got to decorate it a bit.
Nice.
All right,
I went a bit ham on my backdrop because basically I bought this unit thing, right? Is 40 quid from Amazon that you literally get it in panels, and then what you do is you build it yourself. So you can have it like 4 high, then 5 high, then 1 high, and then so I've been collecting these like 70s style Marvel action figures, right? And I had like 5 of them.
Nice.
Oh, is that what they are? They're cool, man.
Yeah, they're fucking so cool. Yeah. And then I was like, shit, I need to fill this with something, and I've got 15 slots. So I went a bit mad.
Nice.
And bought a shit ton of them. But
that's good though.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. But yeah, that like display thing is only 40 quid, and like I say, you can build it however you want, which is so cool. So that's why I had it like come up under the thing here to like, you know, fill that kind of space. Yeah.
That's cool. And they just all link into each other.
Yeah, they're literally just like flat pieces of that. They're like they look like wood, but they're actually like lino, like vinyl,
Oh, okay.
And then you just get these clips here, and you just get like and then they've got like crisscross at the back, and you slot them all in. But yeah,
that's it.
It's a really cool way to fill the space, but
it does look cool.
Yeah, that's what I was doing with my backdrop.
I like the strip of LED lights that go behind it as well.
Yes,
cool.
Yeah, along the line, and then I got the Govee Glide, I think it is, or something.
Ah, yes.
Oh no, the Govee Rope.
So rope.
Like, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, lads. I'm triggered from the start because I've just seen someone's put in the PUCA has said Jordan supports Real Madrid. I'm triggered.
Real Madrid.
It's a lead shirt. Can we not bring up Real Madrid, please?
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, Loz. What's going on there?
Absolutely bat red, mate. Absolutely battered.
Just in general, like that. I mean, I know I'm like Jesus Christ, Leeds are 19th, but at least you were good.
We were good till Real Madrid came, I suppose. Nah, but this season's been pretty crap, to be honest. So
yeah,
I think to think that our problems are over by beating Everton and then beating Newcastle, I don't think that was ever gonna work out. But there we go. It was just the way we lost. Like, you gave us such hope to finally beat Real Madrid, 2-0 up,
2-0 in like 14 minutes,
and then we ship 5 goals at home. The taste of that. It's not nice.
I think it all went downhill when Leeds ended your home record with Van Dijk.
That's where it stemmed from. Oh dear.
But there we go.
That's it. I mean, we played pretty well the first half, but the second half, I don't know what happened. They must have been probed by some alien force to go out there with that little just knowledge of football. It seemed like. Nah, not Klopp out. He's a legend, right? Don't be like this. Just that's all we got to do is beat him. 4-0. We got to beat him 4-0 away. That's all we've got to do.
Easy, mate.
Yeah, easy.
It's not like they got a big stadium with loads of fans.
I mean, their squad's pretty. It's all right, isn't it? But but enough of that. Because
there we go.
I'll just fall into a pit of despair. So Japanese officials have found a metal ball washed up on one of their beaches, and they don't know what it is. Just thought I'd, put that out there.
Sorry.
Let's play this video. I'll play a video so everyone can see it. Obviously, at home, if you're listening or in the car, wherever you are, I'll have to describe it to you. It's just basically a ball. It looks like a metal ball, which they've now found is hollow. So if I put this on the screen,
Oh, it is hollow. I was going to say, how the hell is that?
yeah,
washed
they
up?
found it to be hollow. I don't know how they did that. I guess they just knocked it. I don't know, or maybe they scanned it. I don't know. But yeah, if I play this and put it large.
Oh, I haven't heard about this at all. When was this?
I think it was found yesterday by a member of Republic on I can't
Made of
remember the name
metal.
of the beach. I'll say in the.
Oh, of course, it's all tying into the.
Quite big though.
Oh, it's
It's
massive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge.
Oh, I thought it was like a cricket ball.
Nah, it's just huge.
Oh.
It looks like the sort of size a mine would be. I guess like a
Yeah.
mine.
A sea
That's-
mine.
They say it's washed up. I don't understand how.
Yeah.
Like even if it's hollow, it's metal. It's I don't know. Unless it's got I guess at some point with air in it, stuff floats.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's obviously, think about a boat. A boat's full of metal in it, but like I don't see how that's washed up. It doesn't. It's like embedded into the sand, so
Yeah.
it looks heavy.
Looks well heavy. I think what John Smith, I believe what John Smith just said in the chat, right? He said, this is their way of drip feeding found back engineered alien technology to us. That just makes so much sense. Like all this shit is just popping up,
Yeah.
It's just it's just getting it into the conscience. I'm telling you.
What's interesting, which you mentioned this the other day, Jordan, is like they're now one of their go-tos. Because if that popped up normally, you'd just be like, oh, okay, there's so many reasons or things it could be. But one of their first go-tos is like UFOs. And it's like, why are they going to that straight away? I mean, it looks like it's made, it's got on the top of it, it's got a hole, a recess in it to hold stuff. Like it's shaped like a buoy, and it's got a thing as if it would fall off a boat or something, like some sort of weight. And you can see weld marks on it. So to go to UFO thing quite quick is just weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
Again, that story focus on UFOs and spy balloons. It's just, but then half of me thinks, is it just another spin, like to take your attention away from something else that's going on?
Yeah, quite possibly.
It does seem to be a tactic at the moment, Well, recently.
Look at the shadow behind it. How it looks like it's been washed in. I would like to know if there's any way that could have floated in.
Yeah, that does not look light or hollow.
No, everything says to me that couldn't float at all. Which
which implies it's been dropped there.
Mm.
Yeah, and I imagine that's why it's made the news, because it's like it's metal. It's weird. Like, obviously a boat's full of metal and it floats. So I don't know what. I don't know how a boat works, if I'm totally honest. A big metal boat.
Buoyancy in it.
It's buoyancy with air compartments in it. So if that's full of air,
yeah, that's true.
Would it float? Don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've. I was gonna say they used X-ray technology apparently to reveal the ball was hollow, just to dispel the thought that it might be a mine.
Yeah.
Like the obvious thing you go to. But yeah, strange. It's just doesn't.
Strange.
A lot of these things all coincide together, like Jordan says. It's a bit. I don't know.
It just seems to be back to back to back to back at the minute.
Yeah.
Mm.
I did see a story about, and the whole thing with like disinformation and just like throwing stuff out there. This could well be just a complete joke, but I did see a story that one of the objects that was shot down by the US Air Force the other week could have been like a hobbyist's like $20 balloon. But part of me is like, yeah, that could be true, because I'm sure, well, we know stupid stuff has happened before, but also at the same time, it could not be true. They could have just planted that story just to make it seem like, there's nothing to worry about. Don't worry, it's just the U.S. military or U.S. Air Force being stupid. As it happens. So you just don't know what to believe. That's the problem. I've got no idea what's the truth.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like you pulled from like pillar to post with news articles, and we know behind everything there's agendas as well. So it's you're like, oh, what is the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. Mate, I think that's probably by design, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
There's probably like stages of a story. They're like, right, first let's throw out that it's probably aliens. Then let's pull it back and say it's not. Then they say that it's another country. Then they say it's probably not. And then they say that, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So then you're left not knowing what to believe.
To confuse,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You don't know. That's the thing.
So is that so? They've just decided it's hollow and it's man-made, have they? Or
I'm just looking at the article here, just see if there's anything they point towards what it could be. I don't think they actually have a definitive answer yet, which is why I think it's kind of done the rounds. Because if it was identified straight away as like being, I don't know, a buoy or I don't know, a mine, then they would have just probably wouldn't even hear about it, to be honest.
No. Was it Japan?
Yeah, Japanese. It washed up on a Japanese beach. What's the name of the beach? I think. Trying to find where it is. It's a Japanese beach that was found by a member of the public or reported by a member of the public. There it is. Hamamatsu City, on the coastline of Hamamatsu City. So yeah, it's just 1.5 meters diameter.
Yeah, I can't believe that first shot of this ball thing, I thought was the actual size. I didn't realize it's like an aerial shot. So I was like, oh, it's like a fucking cricket ball. Yeah. As if this is like captured the world.
Yeah.
And then there's a person stood next to it. It's like, whoa.
It is sizable.
It's massive. Where's the shot? There you go. Whoa.
He's quite big.
That's huge.
The first thing I want to know, the
rusty.
most important thing is, can it float? So like, if that's a no, then it's even more weird than because it's like, well, someone would have seen a crane or something go in and put it there.
Yeah.
So that'd be my first point of call, my first test. Does it float? And then if it does, then it's like it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Like, you could explain it. It could be something off a specialist item off some sort of weird vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what other way could it have got that other than from floating from, obviously, from the sea onto the beach?
Yeah.
If it was like a crane or something, you'd be very hard to cover the tracks of the crane.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if it was something aerial, you'd see effects of that on the beach, surely still. Like
because it's got a drag mark, hasn't it? On it, it's got a drag mark from the sea to it. So like everything suggests it comes from the sea. And it's like cool, but big metal balls floating in the sea. Like I don't know. It's like
that's deep as well. If that's 1.5 meters, that looks like it's a solid 30-40 centimeters in the sand. That is embedded.
So many questions.
Yeah. No, I hadn't heard about this.
Yeah. It's strange stuff, man. And like you say, it's happening at the same time, which is just
there's something. Again, rain, a big
going on.
Something that's big rain. There's something.
Thanks to Big P, I just noticed you gave us a super chat, I believe, of $2.99 Australian dollars. I hope you're doing well, Big P. Up the APMA.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's just strange. You don't know what if it was to draw like anything outside of our knowledge to come and drop that or just leave it in the sea again doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, like you say, are they just drip feeding us technology or artifacts to kind of point towards aliens? I don't know. Other life? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Strange
very
stuff.
strange.
Strange.
MDRFC 1872 in the chat said, any more information on what they shot down over Michigan? A few days before this incident, a video of a large triangle-shaped object over Michigan had been posted online. I've done a video on that Lake Michigan incident where
Okay.
like thousands of people, hundreds or thousands of people saw these lights over the lake, whizzing about and stuff and dropping and going up and down. And the weather guy, the meteorologist, caught them all on radar and that. So I'm assuming, and this sounds fucking stupid, but my geography is terrible. I'm obviously assuming Lake Michigan is in Michigan.
I would assume so.
But yeah, I think Michigan is quite renowned for UFO phenomena. But you watch that, well, I mean, you can watch my video, but if you'd rather watch the documentary on Netflix, that or the episode, I think it is it's an episode of like a documentary series on weird things. That for me, that Lake Michigan incident is categoric proof that aliens exist, because there's just literally hundreds of people, from doctors to police officers, to your everyday person, like witnessing all this stuff. And then you've got the account of the meteorologist documenting the radar of these objects just whizzing so fast, stopping so fast, changing direction too fast for anything we have. And this was for hours. There's just no doubt in my mind. I mean, obviously, also logically, for us to be alone makes no sense in the universe. But that Lake Michigan incident is, to me, proof that not only do they exist, but we've definitely been visited. So yeah, so it doesn't surprise me, is what I'm getting at, that there was a video of a large triangle-shaped object over Michigan, because it seems to be drawn to Michigan. I'd assume there's army bases there. I can't remember. I cover so much shit, like I just forget like the intricate details. But yeah, Michigan seems to be a hot spot for UFO phenomena.
Yeah,
for sure.
I can also confirm, like, Michigan is in Michigan.
In Michigan,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
It's weird.
That would make no sense for it not
Yeah.
to be. I just thought I could just see it now, like comment like Lake Michigan isn't even in Michigan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's in a weird place. Like, Michigan is a weird place because it's almost surrounded entirely by water. It's got like Lake Michigan on the left-hand side, and then you got another lake on the right-hand side, and at the bottom, towards the bottom right, you got another lake, and they almost stretch around. It almost cuts off Michigan from the rest of the USA, basically. But it's a strange place.
I want to go back to America, but I don't want to do. I think you've said, Dan, about like some places to go to, like, because I've done Vegas, New York, and LA, and I kind of feel like they're like when someone comes to England and they go to London. Like you're not seeing like Norwich or Birmingham or Manchester or Leeds, or any of our other, or the Lake District, or any of like these cool places that England. I want to go.
Yeah,
I want to go to
rural America.
Yeah. Like I want to see like the Ozarks and that. Like like all the I don't want any disrespect when I say the proper stuff, but like the completely off the beaten tourist trail.
I
want to just rock up to a fucking bar in the middle of butt fuck nowhere.
That'd be great.
Where they've probably not even seen an English person before.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I do want to go back to America, but if I do, I want to go somewhere different.
Yeah, there were some really, I randomly was looking a few years ago, like there's some like mad cabins on Airbnb that you can rent, like in the middle of nowhere, like in forests, and they're like insane. And there's like a little town nearby that's like, there's not that many people live there, and like the chances of them ever seeing an English person is like so slim. Like you it'd be brilliant going there because you get some proper culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Evil Pig says Houston is amazing, but New Orleans is on my bucket list. Yeah, New
Ozarks.
Orleans.
What's
Or
the
New Orleans would be really cool. What part of America? Again, my states and cities is I'm fucking terrible. What part of Louisiana, New Orleans? Is that
Louisiana.
where like all the like voodoo culture and that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
From a paranormal perspective, like my friend Adam, he lives in Scotland, but I think from when he was like 6 to about 12, he grew up in New Orleans, and he was just like, man, like for the paranormal stuff, you've got to go there because it's
really?
like,
That's
yeah, like if you're like ill or whatever, or you're being unlucky, or you just go and see the local witch doctor. Like it's absolutely it's crazy. So. And they just believe in obviously all the afterlife and that, and like you just talk to people, and it's not like a weird thing to ask. He was like, honestly, mate, you should go and do like some sort of documentary in New Orleans. That'd be absolutely immense.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that kind of like Louisiana like area.
Like the thing about America is that you've got such a wealth of different, diverse landscapes, cultures. Everything.
Yeah.
So for the content that you'd want to make, like paranormal stuff, even true crime, literally the whole of whole of America basically is rich with all those sort of stories that you could go. I pretty much guarantee you could go to pretty much any state, and you'd have a place, like a really well-known place that you could go into and just like do a full documentary from.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what is, I don't know where it is in America, or it might actually be in Mexico. It is in Mexico, sorry. I want to go to the island of dead dolls.
Oh, yeah.
It's Mexico City, Mexico.
Yeah.
It's literally, like, I think this guy had an island and his wife committed suicide or something. So he started putting up dolls on this island, and then people started coming and putting dolls. Now the island is just
Jesus
horrific, creepy dolls.
Scary,
yeah.
Oh my god, that is.
Are you looking at it now?
Someone's nightmare right there.
Yeah, it's horrendous, but it looks so cool.
Oh, imagine sleeping there tonight. I mean, there are some absolutely freak fests on there.
Yeah, there are some scary dolls.
Just like dolls hanging by their necks and God, I mean, I don't even mind dolls that much, but that is
that's a bit much, isn't it? Yeah, it's the island of dead dolls.
Yeah, I think the story was about the young girl drowning.
Oh, child. Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was his wife.
Yeah,
child.
Oh, I don't know fully how the dolls got. I think the child may have said something about a doll, or in a spirit saying something about a doll, and then the next thing dolls start turning up. But I don't know. I don't know the full story. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I might do a video on that, or maybe even a short.
Very popular tourist attraction.
I know. I've watched like a couple of videos of people going there.
Yeah, BuzzFeed Unsolved went there.
Yeah, I remember them going in there. That was good.
Yeah, I haven't. That's the first time I've heard of it. I'll have to watch something there.
Yeah, it's very, very creepy. But yeah, I don't know how. Oh, because we were talking about. I don't know how we got to that. Oh yeah, Lake Michigan. That's right. Yeah. John Smith says it's funny how 5 years ago, if you mentioned alien UFOs, you were deemed crazy. Now it's the norm. The government has such an influence on society's thinking. It's very true. It's really weird, isn't it?
It really doesn't take a long time at all for anything to then suddenly become not, sensational, not weird.
Boo. Yeah, absolutely. It's really bizarre. And it shows how much control they have. I just think, and I hope as well, to be honest, I hope this is them trying to make it, desensitize it to eventually tell us the truth.
Yeah.
They could, because I don't think people will be that pissed off.
No,
they're like, look, we just didn't want hysteria, and we feel like you're ready now. It's a bit patronizing. Like, who the fuck are you to tell us what we should and shouldn't be exposed to? But fair enough. All right, you've told us now.
Even if they did come out now, because obviously whatever they say or don't say, the aliens would be, I imagine, doing what they want to do anyway. I don't imagine they
Yeah, true.
Much
asking
control.
someone going, "Oh, can we do this or can't we do this?" So it's like, even if they come out and said, "No, we've got 100% proof,"
Yeah.
whether people believe them.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
lots of people obviously would, but they'd have to. I don't know. I'd struggle to believe them if they're like, "Yeah, they do exist." Like, here's a. They'd need to show me some really good evidence, because I'd just be thinking, "Oh, they've got an agenda."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe the aliens one day, if it is them, they just, okay, yeah, we're just going to come down, and unless they are in communication with the government, I don't know.
Yeah.
I imagine they would be.
I don't know. Unless like all these sightings over the years have been like recon drones from aliens sent out, and we
Yeah.
have been in communication with them, but they've been traveling towards us, and maybe they're like, look, by the year 2032 we will reach you, and so
Yeah.
government are like slowly bleeding it through, because eventually they're going to rock up.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about this earlier, another scenario very similar to that is like, all these sightings and all this stuff could just be like their version of like AI,
Yeah.
like intelligent bots that are coming, that are obviously more advanced than us, come here, gather information, and then take it back. So maybe they can't reach us, but they can send little probes in and out, which would explain why they haven't rocked up. And it would explain why we see them and they go, and so it's like their little probes that they send over, because that stuff can get here, but obviously a physical being, if it is on another planet, they don't have the technology to get them here at the moment.
Yeah. Or in that similar vein, maybe they're doing that to identify whether it's worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes a lot to get here, so they're like, well, if we send this shit out, and if they're just fucking blowing each other, they're still fucking about with nuclear energy. Like, we'll just
Or also, they're so far advanced that they send like these little probes over to us, and they look at us, and they're like, they're almost, imagine like humans finding a little island of like animals and protect them, and they just go, just leave that. Just leave it there and let it be. It's not, it's no threat. It's not advanced. Like, just let it, because they're, I don't know, 100,000, 1 million years more advanced than we are. We could just look so primitive to them.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if the aliens have visited us, and there's strong evidence to say they have, and they have sent this technology, then they are by far in front of us, like leaps and bounds in front of us. It's almost like, why would you even bother with us unless they absolutely needed us to survive? What's the point? What's the point even?
Yeah, if you think about the vastness of the universe, like how actually big it is, and like all the possible chances that there are of life, even if you do a massive scale and you do like 0.00001% probability of life, like it's still like millions and millions of chances of life. Like you could have a lot of them that are just like obviously like super primitive, but obviously we are an example of life can advance into logical things. So if that happened just 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 places else, and they're just a lot further along with the journey, like think if nothing happens to the Earth and we keep going with all that stuff in 200,000 years or 1 million years, if like humans are still about here, like imagine how advanced the shit we're going to have. Imagine how much of the universe we're explored. So to think that there's not one dotted that's more advanced than us within the whole of the universe that can get here, I don't think you can argue against that, because the probability of it just mathematically is like, there is a probability, because we are proof of
that it can happen.
Anything happening.
No, I totally agree. When I see people that say aliens don't exist, it actually blows my fucking mind that you can genuinely believe that. Like, that is just, I just think there's no, that to me is just devoid of all logic, you know.
Yeah. I've
But
just had another thought on that. Sorry, my mind's going mad.
nah,
But that's obviously, up until 25 years ago, we only thought we didn't know about the whole of the universe. We only
yeah,
knew about like the Milky Way, and like the galaxy. And then we found out there was billions of galaxies, and now we find out we're at the edge of our current universe. But who's to say there's not, in another 50, 100 years, whatever, we find out that there's billions of galaxies. And
yeah,
then if you take the fact that there's life in this galaxy and then there's billions of galaxies, that the fact that like the probability of something developing somewhere that's so advanced that it can cross-pollinate is, it just makes 100% sense.
without a
Mm.
doubt, without a doubt,
And
it is.
it's funny because when you mentioned before about you raised the point I was going to raise straight away, which is about people who flat out deny or say that aliens don't exist. They think they're coming from a point of science. They think they're coming from the right standpoint. But if you actually just do like some back of the envelope or napkin maths on it, you'll realise pretty quickly how probable there is of other life out there, just because of the size.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the likelihood, obviously, from what we understand of life, you need like a sun, etc., and you need to be in a certain radius, the Goldilocks zone. And the fact that, and obviously, the sun is a star, and the fact that there are more stars that we know of than there are grains of sand on this planet.
Yeah.
So that means that there are planets circulating these stars, of which there are more than grains of sand. That it's just fucking. I reckon I could take a handful of sand, and those stars equivalent, there'd be life within them. And there's, how many handfuls of sand can I get out of the planet? Like fucking hell.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah, that's the.
It's great, but this is a slight tangent, but at the same time, kind of. There's a movie coming out in March that I'm really looking forward to. Adam Driver is in it. It's called 65, and it's basically, from what I understand, right, the premise is that humans came to this planet 65 million years ago. Right. It's a sci-fi movie. It's a fantasy movie, right? But basically, Adam Driver comes to this planet on a spaceship with like this girl, and he's got like all futuristic technology and that. But he arrives 65 million years ago. He crash lands, and he has to fight dinosaurs. And like, I just think that's fucking brilliant. Like the concept that humans are actually aliens that came here, and then maybe, I don't know, lost all their technology, and there was an apocalyptic event, so we forgot, But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to that film, and I think it's such a cool concept.
Why that hasn't been done before, I don't know. Cool.
It's like Jurassic Park, but when dinosaurs were actually around with like laser guns.
It's like Jurassic Park, cool. The dinosaur's point of view.
yeah. I just think that's fucking class. I'll tell you what was scary, just while we're on dinosaurs and space and stuff. I don't know what the fuck I was watching, but this person had mapped the Earth and all the craters and stuff, just how many times we've been hit by meteors and shit.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And like the probability of it happening again is obviously very, very high.
Yeah.
And the fact that there could be another apocalyptic scale event just for a meteor hitting the Earth is quite probable.
Yeah.
Which is quite scary.
It's happened, like there's been extinction events. I think we've talked about it on the podcast. I think there's been like 7 or 8 or something, hasn't there? They did a soil test, and they can tell by the soil, and which is incredible. Like you just wonder how far we got before.
See, this is the thing, because we were already seeing, like, some of the Egyptian structures actually were there before the Egyptians found them, or the Egyptians rocked up by thousands. Like the Sphinx is possibly like 2,000-3,000 years older than the ancient Egyptians.
Yeah,
it makes you wonder, like, did they have technology? Did they like come so far? And then the Earth was just hit by a fucking meteor, which destroyed everything, fucked up the environment, the poles shifted and all the rest of it. And then those that were left were so few, and it took thousands. And there was they were. I'm not being funny. There was, if there was an apocalyptic event, and I was one of a handful in comparison to 7 billion people, I don't know how much I would provide.
passion.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand fucking anything, really. I don't even understand how a fucking microwave works, And if people like that are all that's left, then you do go back to just being fucking primitive, and then you go again.
100%, mate. Yeah. Like, let's say, out of the 8 billion people on Earth at the moment, how many could actually survive primitively, like go out, forage food, like not rely on electricity or modern world or internet, or how many, if you turned everything off, stopped all the supply chains, like how many people would actually be able to survive once the food stops? Because it's an operation. Like, if you got to go out and get food from your local area and everyone's competing for the same, it'd be awful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't remember what I was gonna say. Let's go on. But yeah, it's along those lines. That was it. Because Elon Musk said, he was like, people think that technology just gets better and better and better and better. And it's like, it doesn't. You have to actively work on it. He was like, we went to the moon in 1969, and we can't do that right now because we haven't done it in so long and no one has worked on it. We've actually forgotten how to do it. So we have to work from scratch to figure out the best way to get up there, to land, and then to come back.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was really interesting because we just assume that technology progresses, but if we just stop looking at it, it eventually gets forgotten, and you need people that have the intelligence to decipher the instructions and notes of certain things. And there'd be like instruction guides and shit for how to build things, but some of the terminology would be so far past. I'm sure there will be a book on how to build a rocket. However, I don't understand rocket science terminology to reproduce or have enough knowledge on what materials they're fucking going on about. So if I was the only one left and I have a book on how to build a rocket, I'm still not going to be able to do it. And I think that is quite possibly, like when we see, the Egyptians building the pyramids and that, how the fuck did they do it? Or maybe it was aliens, because they've ruled out the idea of slaves working 24/7 for 20 years because of the angles, etc. And now they're thinking like, maybe they could tap into an unknown technology on like vibrations and pitches to like levitate shit and that, because apparently that is actually possible if you get the right reverberation pitch, but we don't know how to do it because it's one of these forgotten technologies. It's just fascinating. I just love the idea that actually we have been here for a fuck ton longer than we thought, and we have also been a lot more advanced than we thought, but these potential apocalyptic events have sent us into a dark age, to a point where maybe the myths of gods and things like that was actually from a lost time that has just become myth rather than history. Which is why in all of on these pyramids and stuff, why you see these depictions of things from above and UFOs and that. Maybe we got so technologically advanced, and then like the upper echelons just fucked off and left everyone else tens and tens and tens of thousands of years ago. And then the ones that were left were just like, what the fuck do we do? And then they just regressed. I just think there's so many fun possibilities. I really do.
It's because science is.
I also think you're going to have to change the name of this podcast.
Yes, I am. I was going to say.
We haven't done any laws that we break every day.
I'm going to have to change the name of the podcast. I'm going to have to change the thumbnail. I'll just change both of them and name it something else. But I watched a video yesterday. It was a random video. It included Ricky Gervais, and I can't remember. There's a talk show host, and Ricky Gervais was having basically a discussion about religion and history, and then science mixed in with that. And he said, in all honesty, if like we wiped all history of both scientific information, written information, any discoveries, just wiped out, and then we wiped out any information, any literature, any beliefs on religion, what one would you think would be come back much different than the last iteration of it? So he's essentially saying is that if we lost all knowledge of science, it would come back as science when we did experiments.
Yeah.
But if
Science
we,
is fact.
yeah, but if we did obviously the same thing with religion, it would come back completely different. Is his argument? I just thought, wow, that is, when you think about it, that is
a very valid argument, isn't it?
That is so true,
because you can't argue with the facts. The only thing, and this is what I love about science as well, is science is right until it's wrong, and then it obviously gets updated.
Yeah,
but it's the best that we think at the time. But at the same time, I think that there is I've said it many times. I think that there is a certain level of arrogance with the human race that we think that we know so much. And I think that in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to, the universe and stuff, I think we know fuck all.
Yeah.
And it's already been proven that there are so many different planes of existence that we can't fucking see, but it's there.
Yeah.
And I just think that's, I think that's a really fun concept. I think that it could also bleed into dimensions and even the paranormal, the ghosts and stuff, like, what we perceive to be apparitions and ghosts could just be maybe a weakening in the field of perception that we have. Maybe it blurs the line, and it's actually an alternate dimension coming through momentarily and then sealing back up. I don't know. I just think, I love all this stuff. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, in fact, the fact that we've got black holes out there that even like can't escape, and there's galaxies being eaten up by black holes and stuff. We know that's out there.
And we haven't like ruled, obviously nothing can escape it and everything, but we haven't actually ruled out that you couldn't get through. There's a possibility to go through it.
I think they're on about doing some sort of test to see, or there's some sort of theory that something could possibly come out another side, whether that's like a form of energy, because I guess at some point something has to happen.
It's mind bending.
So interesting. A couple of comments. MDRFC 1872 says humans came from a civilization on a dying Mars and lost our tech. Discuss. Again, like, I think it's entirely, plausible. We just hopped along to the next planet along.
Which is exactly what we'll do when it's the time for the place to go. If we've got the technology, we will move. We will hop sort of. So I think as soon as we can, actually, we will. As soon as there's a place available that we can go, we will definitely go there.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, now we're obviously trying to go back to Mars to use it as a. I don't. It's a stopgap between us.
Can I just tell you guys something that is very fucking embarrassing that I've just realised because I googled it.
What's that?
Because I was about to say, why, when like the Earth is used up. Sorry, what am I going at here? Basically, TLDR, because I can't even think of my own thought process. I thought Mars was closer to the sun.
Okay.
Because that's it. Because I was like, why are we going one step closer to the sun? And I've just looked.
Yeah, it's not.
And Mars is the next one. I'm like, what?
It might have been because of the evaporation, but obviously that was to do with their ozone.
Yeah, because I thought it's all been dried up because it's closer to the sun.
No, it's because of the size and
that's insane.
And the ozone layer on it, or the lack of.
Wow, That's mad.
Yeah.
There we go. Cool. You want to be on Mercury? I was looking at a line. You want to be on Mercury, would you? That's basically touching the sun.
Oh mate, yeah, have you seen like some images of Mercury?
Nah, I'll have a little look. What's fucking hell? Was it just scorched earth?
Let's put it. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, there's some of them that
Scorched earth.
well, obviously the sun, this as the planets and that developed in different places, that it's like they found something on Venus, I think it is, because they were like, oh, perhaps there was life on Venus. There's like traces of, obviously there's not life on there anymore, but they found traces of stuff that could have said that there was possibly life on it. I can't remember what the stuff is.
Venus. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. No, we came together on the Earth. There we go.
Yeah.
Saturn, Neptune. Is Pluto officially a planet again?
I don't know.
think it is.
Yeah, Pluto's a weird one, isn't it? Sometimes it
Yeah.
is, sometimes it's not.
Look at that. Imagine if that was the actual color of Mercury. That's obviously a scan, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, I
So look.
That is insane.
Oh, they're the compilation of all the other wavelengths.
Ah. Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine this whole time we've been like, oh, I wonder if there's alien life out in the universe, and they're actually in our fucking solar system.
Yeah, yeah. That's someone's mentioned that, a scientist who was like, if we
Oh, he's
love
gone.
of our planets, like
So
then
you
the
just
chances
sorry, you froze there. What
life
was that?
then outside, they're like so I think they're doing a probe to what's the planet? One of the moons on
Oh, Saturn's one of Saturn or Jupiter's moons?
Saturn. Yeah. They're doing it, and that's obviously it's an ice moon, but
Yeah.
they think that there's like water, liquid water underneath.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
If they can probe that and they find any form of like microbe life on there, that like vastly opens up the probability of there being loads of life out in space.
Yeah. Oh god,
yeah.
imagine fucking sea monsters on a moon.
Jeez.
Yeah, as soon as we find microbes anywhere,
Yeah.
which is probably the first time we're going to find life, I imagine, unless something visits us. That gives us a formula to work on the planet, and it vastly like increases the chances of there being like all sorts of life out in the universe.
Mad. There definitely there has to be. There has to be. What there was a question in the chat.
Just trying to look at the questions.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this kind of snaps back to the extinction events and stuff.
Oh, right.
We all have a fear of a great flood because it's happened time and time again to our civilizations. It's our collective memory banks, which I think is most definitely a thing, because that's why everyone is born with a fear of the dark, isn't it? Because it's in your DNA to fear what you can't see.
Yeah.
So that sort of shit is like, it's been proven almost.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with like animals, isn't it? It's like they don't have like it's not like someone relays information to them.
Yeah.
Or how they have a thought process, or they think about it. Like everything they inherit is DNA.
Yeah.
Passed down, and it's like that's.
Oh, is he gone again?
To navigate through life.
Yeah, definitely. It's just really fucking interesting. It's all really fucking interesting, and I think it's only a matter of time before the aliens turn up.
It's going to happen at some point.
Imagine if they just looked like us, and they're like, "Oh, we're back." It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucked off about 100,000 years ago.
We dropped you off. You've done well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if? Hell, what if? Oh Jesus!
Yeah, they just.
What
shed
if
us.
we're like a colony thing?
Yeah, that's what
they just send out like I don't know.
Yeah,
send us out, and then we just get fucking sprinkled over the apes, and then from there they then start evolving, or Fucking hell. And then these probes are just them checking up on the colonies.
Yeah.
Imagine
like
that.
you said-
Imagine that. Oh my god. It's like not only are you like not the center of the universe, like you for some reason fucking thought, you arrogant pieces of shit, but actually you're just like our test tube babies that we shot out into the universe to make sure our species continued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
man.
For you, like you said, they could have, or even like this film, they could have sent out, like Elon Musk wants to do, a bunch of like people to Mars or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And like when you're setting up and then all of a sudden you lose communication, and then like as time goes on, all these stories get passed down, and like you live off the land and stuff just gets forgotten over time, and like that's why you get religions about the gods.
Yeah.
And it's
Because
like
maybe it was the original humans coming down every few thousand years or something to keep pushing us along. And that's why we have these depictions. And maybe they're further evolved than us, which is why in these depictions they seem to have elongated heads because their brains are so big. But actually, they're just us, and they sent us here. I think we've actually cracked it.
That's it.
That makes the most sense. That would also make a great movie.
We're coming up with movie ideas all day on here.
Yeah.
John Smith, that's a common hypothesis. This world was seeded by aliens. Yeah, but I'm saying the aliens are us.
Yeah, we are the aliens.
We are the aliens. I'm not being funny. Well, apart from apes, there's nothing else like us on this planet.
And
unless we were seeded in the apes.
Imagine they've done that to this place, but obviously, they're us, but they're so advanced, and they're just doing this all over the universe. And there's just little pockets of loads of civilizations that are all at our level, all like thereabouts, and they're all like building up.
Yeah.
And then in 10,000 years, like we hit at that point and we like start communicating.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's what I want to happen.
And that actually, this even feeds into a conspiracy. Like, so let's say like the aliens seeded the planet. Some of the seeds went in the apes, other seeds went in the lizards. And so there are lizard people. The lizard people went underground and into the royal family. It's all connected.
Our higher being aliens come down and like, who are us? And obviously go like, we told you specifically to only deal with the apes. Why are there fucking lizard people on this planet? One of you started this shit, so you're all in trouble.
Then all the lizard people reveal themselves.
It's funny that, isn't it? How like royals and that, because you just think, they've been here for, but obviously all that's evolved. Like, so at one point they would have just been like the leaders, and then
literally, it's like back in the day, if you just built up a community, built up an army, you could just storm Buckingham Palace, behead King Charles, and then you're king.
Like
why can't we do that anymore? I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm just saying, why can't we do that anymore?
Yeah. I bet there's a law. I bet if you go back into the books, there is a law that says that is okay. Because someone would have had to probably do that at some point. Like the Vikings, isn't it? You can fight the leader and then you can become top Viking.
Yeah. I think the idea was it was kind of lawless. You had like a mutual understanding of the consequences of your actions. But if, like you say, the leader of the Vikings wants to be ousted, or the person wanting to oust them, you'd have to fight them in combat and beat them, and then everyone's like, "Oh, well, you're the new leader then." It's saying like a weird thing. I was watching Clarkson's Farm the other day, right?
Oh, I ain't seen season 2 yet. Is it good?
Great. I love this. I love the show, and season 2's good. But there was a thing, particularly with cows, right? He has cows on season 2.
Yes.
Nice.
And it's when he says about how they decide who's in charge of the herd that I was just amazed. They don't decide. Someone just comes in and just basically says they're in charge, and they go, "Okay, then," and just follow him. So whatever happens,
I didn't know there was a hierarchy in cows.
The lead cow just goes and they follow.
Yeah, there's a full
No fucking
It's
way.
weird.
It's mad.
Hierarchy of cows.
They have to chop their horns, don't they? Because
yeah,
you leave with the horns, they become more boisterous.
Yeah,
and obviously they hurt the other cow, and then they will become the leaders. Because they've got the horns. So I get like back in the day, that's how they evolved, and like whoever, I guess they fight with each other, and whoever's the top, like all the other animals, like whoever's the top G,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
rules the roost.
how they do that is it's actually terrifying. Like
It's awful, yeah.
I thought they'd just periodically cut them like every like season or whatever, or however they live for. But they burn into their skull. Like whilst they're there, they burn inside where the actual horn grows, and then it stunts the growth. It doesn't grow anymore. But it's just literally the cow's there, literally just basically putting a fag on top of its head, and it burns to the skin and then the outside layer of the horn until it's just stunted and it doesn't grow anymore. But it's ridiculous. It looks awful, and it probably smells bad as well. Singed skin.
That's mad. That's actually horrifying.
Yeah, because they show you on the episode that they do it in on Clarkson's farm, you're like, what the fuck? Like they actually just no, the cow has nothing. Like it's just sentient, fully like aware, and it's like, okay, well you're gonna put a hole in my head with basically a blowtorch. That's sick.
There's an island, I think it's the Hebrides, where like in the 70s or 80s, like everyone left, but because they couldn't get boats and all the food over, and it was just wasn't manageable. But they left all the cows, and then the camera crew and everything went back, and now they've had generations of these cows breeding, and there's just a bunch of wild cows on this island.
Really?
And so like the hierarchy, and they're just like, it's just a section with wild cows, but it's completely all natural. So a leader and a pack, and it's how they're obviously they're okay over there because they've got no predators. No predators can get to them. So it's probably one of the only places, I guess, where there's wild cows with no predators.
That's mad. I need to watch Clarkson's Farm.
That is good.
Season 2. I really enjoyed season 1.
Have
you guys finished it?
Yeah. I've finished it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I love the first one and the second one.
So season
one?
2, I think season 2 is slightly better just because you see a bit more of like the kind of progress and actually trying to change things at the farm. But it's definitely worth a watch if you liked any part of the first season. Definitely.
I loved the first season.
We should go up there. Should have a little day trip up there.
Diddly squat.
Yeah.
And the restaurant, if it's still undergoing.
Doesn't he have loads of issues with the local council?
Oh, fuck tons, mate.
They hate it.
Yeah.
Why? Like, surely that's brilliant for tourism to the area.
Not only, you only get one side of it, obviously, in the documentary, but not only is it good for tourism and bringing people to the area, which would be good for businesses, but he's also helping out other farmers in the area, because in the actual season there's a particular farmer who's not doing very well. There's some sort, I think they have some cows, and they're having to not use their cows because of I can't remember what it was. There's a certain virus, might be TB or something like that, going around. So once they have TB in the herd, they're not allowed to use any of the cows for anything. So they're basically just used for nothing. They're just there wasting away. And he said he was going to try and help these farmers by being able for them to put stuff in his restaurant and in his shop. So they'd have pork from someone else, beef from someone else, milk products, all that sort of stuff. And they declined him again. But his answer was, well, I'm going to be helping local people. Your complaint is that I'm not helping local people, but that's exactly what I'm trying to do. But it's just, I think it's just like people set in their ways. It's a very obviously like old-fashioned community who don't like outsiders coming in, and the fact that he's a TV personality probably fucks them off even more. So yeah.
Talking of like disruptive stuff in villages, I just put a link there. I saw this the other day. It's awful. It's just basically there's a new development of housing estate, and
I've seen this.
I think I saw this.
Utility, so they just built this fucking water pipe, and they built this outside someone's house.
That's
get the image up.
Fucking ridiculous.
And apparently they sent them all a hamper
just a little hamper to say, "Oh, sorry." It's like a hamper. Like you've built this outside the front of my house. You've probably knocked half the price off your house.
Oh, mate.
That's insane.
Imagine that outside your
Eighth wonder of the world. That's a shit pipe.
It's a shit
Yeah,
pipe.
that is definitely a shit pipe.
A
just
massive
like-
shit pipe just going right in front, and that's thick as well. That's
Wow,
fucking
that's
huge.
someone's
someone's
driveway.
house. I mean, imagine you buy that flat and then that's your view.
Why have they done that? Because they couldn't be asked to dig down.
I don't know whether it's a temporary solution over.
Oh, it's a temporary.
Unless it's temporary, it might take
fucking hope
it could
so.
be 10 years.
Oh, temporary. Hang on, scroll up. Temporary arrangement. Scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
In the middle. And scroll up. There it is. It's temporary arrangement while repairs were carried out, but residents have been left seething. Fucking hell. That's
Stand on
horrendous. It
cross.
was leaking. Oh, no, sorry. The underground system was leaking. Oh, my word.
So they
It
built an
just
above
looks
ground one.
horrendous.
That does. I mean, to describe it to the audio listeners, it is literally what you would picture underground, like a sewer pipe
Yeah.
above ground.
Above ground, in front of your house.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that works. How do they push all that water and shit up into the air and over
Yeah.
that?
Raw force.
So,
That's horrendous.
The power of the explosion.
Yeah. Is it done? Is it finished now? Dominic,
I reckon
who lives on the Dominic, who lives on the estate, said, "Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic bit of engineering, but do I want it outside my house? No." Oh,
I love that. I love how you can appreciate the
Yeah,
engineering.
what a piece of engineering.
I'm an engineer
Oh,
myself.
I bet vlogger David Purnell lives nearby and was among the first to film it. I bet he was. He was right on that.
I think
I
I've
was
followed that
shocked,
one.
really shocked. I've never seen anything like that on that kind of scale, especially when they have it right on this new build. I mean, these houses have been up for a year and a half. So to see that, I did chuckle a little bit. And then, of course, you think of the residents. God bless them. Fucking hell,
Imagine
Dave.
that's your new build or like your. It's just awful.
Where
It's just savage, isn't it?
It's in East
It goes
Anglia.
on forever.
Yeah, it's really big, and it's like. I mean, yeah. Luckily, it is temporary, but you don't know, do you?
And I didn't realise it is not that it makes it better, but it is literally on a building site.
Yeah.
So they've traded like looking at scaffolding for looking at a pipe.
Yeah. And a big shit pipe as well.
Yeah, it's a big fucking.
I mean,
pipe.
to give them a hamper, it's just don't even bother.
Yeah, no.
That's just
What
gonna
can
piss
you
off.
put in the hamper that would make this any better? Toilet
Nothing.
roll and your absolute banter for toilet roll.
Yeah. Flushable wet wipes, I'd be quite.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
toilet roll and some air fresheners.
Oh wow,
That's all the way around it.
that's a good promo shot.
Yeah. This
It's
is a
so
massive
big.
vibe. This is unbelievable. It could be the eighth wonder of the world, but it is a very, very strange thing to see in your community. I bet, mate. I bet. I just want to know how. It says it's temporary. Oh, said the pipe problem would be resolved by the end of March.
Jesus
there we
Christ.
go. They've only got another month.
I mean, fair play. If that's just at the end of March.
Surely, I mean, would that pipe not stink as well, or would it
Yeah.
be?
I guess you would get
containers?
smell from it. Yeah,
Because sewage plants fucking stink.
yeah.
That's horrendous. Where is it?
It's in East Anglia
Wellingborough.
somewhere, but I can't.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, ITV Anglia. Fucking brilliant.
Wellingborough. I don't know where that is. Gonna be honest.
Oh, it's not that far.
That's
I
insane.
think it's Wellingborough.
Definitely
Imagine
spelled
that
wrong.
bursting extra pay for the window cleaner. Fucking hell.
Oh, it's just isn't it? I can't see that all being down by the end of March.
No. You know, between us and you, Dan, there's that that long 40 zone,
Oh yeah.
right?
Fucking
That
hate
they
that.
started that 2 years ago. They're resurfacing both sides of the road, right?
Yeah.
And it's meant to be finished this summer, right? They've just finished one side of the road.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
No
just
doubt.
like,
Yeah, it's awful, that bit of the road. Yeah,
Oh, it's terrible. It's because it's for so long and it stops down to 40. It's just
I mean, you're driving there every week. It's fair play. That's horrible.
yeah.
That was hands down the worst part of the journey.
Yeah, for sure. MDRFC says really bad audio interference. Think it's your
really?
mic, Duty.
Jesus,
Is it my mic?
I can't hear
sound
anything wrong with it.
No. Might be your end, MD. Unless if anyone else in the chat can.
Yeah, your sounds fine to me.
Oh wait, no. John said as soon as Jordan said about killing the king, we can't hear him. The powers that be has silenced him.
Savage.
What's
I
happened?
don't know what's going on there.
Sounds all right.
That would be hilarious if that was the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was ages ago as well.
Yeah. I mean, absolute worst case, I'm recording it on the roadcaster, so and I've been able to hear, so it records what I can hear. So I'll just
Very
upload
strange.
it again with that, with the audio from
Very
this.
strong.
It says killing that.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
King
Cyber
Charles.
treason.
That's it. King Charles there.
It started in the last few minutes. Oh god.
Oh dear. Well,
That's a shame.
we're near the
It's
end.
really bad, says John. Jesus
Christ.
I mean, it's strange that makes no sense. If you guys can, there's clarity not changed for you guys.
I can hear you absolutely fine. Yeah.
That's really weird. It's a little bit R2D2, says someone else. Sam Gale. So that's
What, just
really weird.
Jordan?
Just me.
Strange.
They're coming for you, mate.
They are.
That's it.
It's all over.
Very
Frozen
Star
on
Wars.
screen too. I'm frozen on the screen.
I can see you, so I
This
don't know
is
what's
so
going
weird.
on.
You guys, this is really weird because it's
Is
like.
your internet all right? Do an internet check.
Let's have a look.
I'll check mine.
But surely, I didn't get it. Surely it would be doing it on.
An ours.
I got 530 downloads. 540.
What's your upload?
Here we go. Uploads like 1. This blows my mind. This does. So I got 542 download, but I only get
mine's
32, 33 upload.
Mine's absolutely
34.
fine.
Well, that's weird. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Sitting it.
I don't know what's happened.
Sounds like
It makes no
auto-tune.
sense.
What I'll do, I'll rip the video from Streamlabs and I'll re-upload it with the audio from the Roadcaster because you're absolutely fine on the Roadcaster.
Yeah, that's what I can't work out is that I'm fine on here and yet on the stream. Let me just hang on. It won't. I'm sure it won't loop because you're the one streaming it, not me. I just want to listen to it. Hang on. So I'm still talking. Hello.
Running the test.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does it sound bad?
Yeah, it sounds fucking awful.
Does it? That's weird.
And I'm like full on the actual stream. I'm full on fucked.
Jesus. So we're technology is a fine beast.
Hang on, I tell you what. What about if can I leave and come back? Not that, I mean, I know we're nearly finished anyway, but I just want to see if it's fixed. Hang on. I'll re-click the link. Hang on.
That's it. He's gone. Let's wait until he's back.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the going on to the live to see.
I don't think there's any like options he can pick to affect that. I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Ever since you cracked that we are just alien seeds. That's right, Sam. I feel like it is targeted now. Here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know if it's froze.
Yeah, are we? Hang on, let me see if.
We'll have to wait for the chat. I mean, again, you sound absolutely crystal clear to me, like you did the entire.
Hello. Hang on, it's now gonna catch up. Yeah, I'm fine now. Yeah,
What the
I'm
hell?
fine.
Weird, isn't it?
Strange.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Well, that's
so strange.
That's an interesting part of the podcast. We did,
Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're talking about a shit pipe, and it's like,
But maybe, it's something with the Streamlab or something. That's weird.
well, yeah. Unfortunately for you guys at home, what I said about the shit pipe was really funny.
well, they'll hear it because I'll put the audio from this. So that's all right. Unless
That's
the
so
audio from
strange.
this, when I play it back's fucked, then we are really in a problem. Because then I'm like, okay, you're messing with my fucking in the device. You're messing with the memory it's already written.
That's so odd.
Aliens, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's so odd.
That's the power of aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to have to do a complete switch around with this episode anyway, so fuck it.
Yes. Yeah.
What was
let's
the
do laws.
title? Breaking laws.
Yeah, the laws we all break every day. I was going to go through some laws at some point because I was going to link it to the fact that I've got jury service, which now everyone knows.
Okay. Maybe we do that next week. Then.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. Obviously,
Unless you're on jury service.
nah, it's at the end of March. I can't do that.
Oh, right.
And from what I hear, it could be pretty boring. So
Nah,
we'll
you
see.
want a good fucking juicy serial
Yeah,
killer.
that's it.
Yeah, take your phone and then, unless they take it off you, but just go live, do a live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to put your phone in like a locker or something when you actually go into the courtroom.
That'd been cool if you just like live.
Yeah.
And here we have Lozzie live from the courtroom.
Yeah.
Just with my
Just
phone,
Just
like
Just
yeah,
screaming object.
the judge is now about to give the final verdict.
Lozzie in his full suit going in.
Yeah.
I object.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think he's innocent, but I said guilty for banter.
Well, mate, you 100% just go suited and booted and just buy a briefcase.
Oh yeah, slam it on.
Just walk in and just literally like. Can you be suited and booted as a jury? They never are they? They're always.
I think you can wear a suit if you want. I don't think you'd be able to bring a briefcase in there.
Full. What's that guy off Breaking Bad?
Oh, it's so good.
Soul.
Full Saul Goodman on it, mate.
Yeah. Just every time there's a piece of evidence given, just go like, oh, and shake your head.
Open your briefcase.
Yeah.
No.
Do a few like gasps.
Yeah, that's something that really isn't gasp worthy.
Yeah.
Would you state your name for the record?
Take the minor facts with you as well.
Yeah. Oh dear. Objection, Your Honour, leading. The jury don't do that bit. So if you could be quiet.
Then what's the fucking point me being here?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh dear. Mr. DRFC 1872, I need to get a shorter name for you. Says, have you been picked or is it jury selection? Is that not the same thing?
I don't know. I don't really know. I guess how I think it works is you get picked for, or you get selected for jury duty, and then you go to the courtroom or courthouse when they tell you to, and then when you're there, they decide at random what case you're going to be assigned to or what hearing you're going to be going into. So you potentially couldn't have anything for the full day, and then the next day you could. There's a possibility you won't even have anything to do for the entire time you're there. But
Oh man.
that's how I think it is. But obviously, the high probability is I will go on a case at some point. But what it is, I don't know, and I hope it's interesting.
We're here for the case of Darren, who does not want to pay £95 a week to Shanice. He only wants to pay $65. Everyone present, please stand. Oh, great.
The jury has to be fairly serious, doesn't it?
I
Surely,
think,
yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's like a crime worthy of actually getting to this point in court, because otherwise you just go into small claims court and civil court.
I feel like there's something. I feel like this jury service, because I've known a couple of people now being called up to it. It's fairly like common, and I just doesn't feel like there's that many big crimes with juries about. So there's some sort of scam going on with the jury service.
Straight away.
I keep calling all these people up, like they're up to something. I call jury service on the jury service.
Oh dear. MDRFC 1872 says jury duty is boring. Just hope you don't get picked. It's mind numbing. A large group are brought in and you are given a number, and if your number is picked, you're on the jury. If not, you go home and you'll be eligible to be brought back, but it might be different in Scotland.
That's it.
Yeah, see, I've heard this a lot, that a lot of you get called in, but they don't actually use you. Which I think that there's something weird going on there.
Because I don't know if it's this country or if it's in America, but they can choose they have details of the jury and they can choose which ones they want.
Yeah, they have a panel, don't they? And then they like psychoanalyze the
Yeah.
panel. So each
Yeah.
side gets to choose 6.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously, like, yeah, if you've got, if you're a woman, and I suppose they pick people who identify with the suspect.
Yeah.
To get a better odds of them.
Yeah, like they did that in the O.J. Simpson case, didn't they? That was,
Yeah.
I think it was the O.J. Simpson case. They picked the jury as well. John Smith says, no one Loz will be a gangster and you'll have to go into witness protection.
Oh dear. I mean, that would really kill the podcast. Yeah, that if anything's going to kill a podcast, it's me going into witness protection.
Just Loz coming on with a blank, which like
yeah, pixelated face.
I don't know where Loz is.
Oh dear! And like you're just like, I don't know, living on a farm in Somerset, and then someone comes past and goes, "Oh wow, I love your podcast." You're like, "Oh fuck, I've been rumbled.
I've got to move again."
Yeah.
Lozzie on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just end up sending you to like Poland or somewhere.
Oh yeah, great. On the fucking front lines of Ukraine. Jesus Christ.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well,
That's
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, apparently that's not what happens in the UK about picking the jurors.
Right.
Get assigned randomly.
I wonder if I'd be allowed, because I specifically do true crime content. Is that not a conflict of interest? Like, are they not going to think, oh, he's just going to be doing research here? Like, what the fuck?
I don't think it would, because you're obviously told you're not allowed to say anything about the case, regardless of what you do.
Well, even afterwards.
No, I don't think you're allowed to talk about it.
Oh, that's a shame.
There's the video idea gone.
I'll do daily updates.
Yeah.
He definitely killed her. 2 weeks later, he's innocent.
That's it. He flip flopped on that.
Yeah. Oh dear.
We'll have to see.
If you have no criminal record, you're eligible for jury duty.
I was gonna say the only thing I think they wouldn't let you, if you're currently awaiting prison, or you're basically in the law system, you've done something wrong in the past and you've got something against the law.
What about being caught speeding?
I don't think
that's not a criminal record, is it?
Don't think so. No. Because if it is, then I'm fucked, because I've been caught for speeding. So.
Oh yeah, you did on my birthday.
Yeah.
I just got caught the other week.
Oh really?
Jesus.
Yeah. Fucking Dorset police.
Dorset police.
Yeah, I'm driving down to Bournemouth, but pain in the arse trying to sort it out, to be honest. But you have to do it. It's so old school. You can't just like log on. Fill your details in and book a course. I've got to write to them, and then they're like, "Oh, you didn't fill this bit incorrectly. You've got to change it from the company to your personal." And right pain in the arse.
Yeah.
Fuck it now.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Well, we started talking about law at the end, but
yeah,
we'll leave the laws that we break every day to another podcast, because it's been quite a journey today.
Yeah, quite late to do. I mean, we got a few minutes left, so yeah, doing that now would be
Let's do another hour.
Yeah, no, let's just call it there, and then we can do the laws another day.
We'll leave for another day, if I'm not in witness protection by that point, obviously.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry for the technical issues, but if you're watching this back, hopefully you don't see them or hear them. So, yeah, but if you do,
fingers
done
crossed.
something
But at least
wrong.
we know we just got to leave and come back.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us anyway. Thanks for staying with us, guys, through the technical stuff. Thanks, Jordan, for figuring out that you actually sound like R2-D2 at the end there.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Strange. That is so weird, though. It coincides with us talking about the king. Well,
as soon as I said kill the king,
beheading the king was actually weird.
I went.
You went straight for the beheading.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It's a good method.
It's effective. Efficient.
It is.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the APMA. See you later, guys.
See ya.
Bye.